We're back.
We're back. Hello, we are not your mum. So in this video, comeback video if you will, unless I put a different one out first, in which case it's not a comeback video. We're going to be talking about what it's really like to have a period. Like really real. We're getting real. Yeah. Hopefully by the end of this video, you will be completely prepared for anything that your period is going to throw at you.
Never throw your period.
Never throw your period, and don't let periods be thrown at you either.
So what to expect before your first period and from your first period, and indeed probably from every period thereon. So obviously everybody is different, but generally speaking, what you get first is your discharge. And this is kind of white / clear gooey stuff that comes up your vagina and feels a bit sticky in your pants.
Icky sticky.
Icky sticky. And it's fine. It's actually your vag's way of cleaning itself. If you don't like the feeling of this, and fair enough, then you can wear a panty liner, which if you just hold on one moment, I'll go and get. This is my period purse. It's got an F for Ali on it.
Let's clear that up in case it was set for something else.
And the tampon. This is a panty liner, which I'm now wasting in the interest of education.
See how thin. Show how thin. So thin and small.
So thin and small.
You take the plastic off the back.
Yeah, and stick it in your knickers, and that is fine. That will absorb anything, any discharge that your vag chooses to sneeze at you.
Another thing to look out for before your period is your boobs getting sore and maybe slightly, you can't see that, slightly inflated.
It's slightly heavy.
Slightly heavy, slightly
it's like
just
if you cut
tender.
them, then they feel a little bit more fulsome.
And this usually happens 2 weeks before your period, but it can happen anywhere and can last for your whole period as well, because that's just the joys of periods and the fact that they're not all the same. So you can deal with your sore boobs with wearing a good supportive bra.
But some of our larger breasted friends swear by wearing 2 bras at once.
Oh, there you go. Super supportive bra then.
Possibly not 2 underwide ones, I don't think that would work, but 2 kind of sports bras.
But avoid elbows. That is the top tip,
Lord,
because...
Okay, so next we come to cramping, which you will probably feel just before your period starts, and then sort of at the beginning bit, but again, it can go on to the end. And I know someone who has really bad cramping on their 3rd day, so each their own. But this is basically when your womb / uterus, they're the same thing, contracts and squeezes out all the delicious period goodness. And the pain is not here, like stomach pain, like when you've got tummy ache, it's here. And it feels squeezy. And hopefully, at the moment, you'll be seeing a picture of a sponge being squeezed behind us. Because we've discovered that the blue wall is like a blue screen.
Yeah. So we get ready for a lot of unnecessary backgrounds and things going on behind us.
So things that are good to alleviate cramps, period pain, are hot water bottle. Put a hot water bottle on the affected area. That feels really nice. Hot bath, painkillers again, ibuprofen rather than paracetamol. What else? Exercise.
Yeah. So last thing you want to do, but actually, it's one of those annoying things that actually helps.
There is also curling up in a ball and sobbing like your heart will break, which will bring a bit of drama to your day and might make people be nice to you. But you won't have learned about this bit in science.
This is from personal experience. Definite. Brace yourselves. So you might get this weird feeling in your undercarriage that feels really heavy, and it feels like your womb is trying to actually escape through your vagina. Through it, like that. And this feeling can also make you feel like you really need a poo. It's that sort of, do I need to poo, or am I having a crampy feeling? It's
making me feel it right now.
It's really great. And this feeling then kind of churns you up inside and brings on a nice bout of diarrhea, or the period poo.
The period poo, which is particularly lovely because you usually get it at the beginning when you're heaviest. So it's just like a big old flood.
The toilet
Oh, it's not
if the toilet could talk, it would be very upset. It's unpleasant. The smell is extraordinary. If you're at home, maybe just like put some toilet cleaner down the loo after you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't leave streaks.
No.
That's rude.
And check for splashback. Gross, gross, gross.
Yeah. Who's still watching? Moving on to hunger.
I like how we've gone from really disgusting pooing to food.
Get hungry for crap like chocolate, crisps. You just want quick fix food. Obviously, as we all know, junk food is called junk food for a reason. But, you know, cut yourself some slack. Have a chocolate bar.
Food to, what are we moving to? Oh, craziness.
The cray-cray.
The cray-cray. Yeah, it's completely normal to go a little bit crazy. These are your hormones messing with your mind.
Yeah.
So you might feel angry one minute, sad the next. And that, you know, it's fine, it's normal.
Yeah.
You've just got to recognise it as your hormones and possibly just rein it in a little bit when you feel like you're going properly nuclear. Just go, wait a minute, this probably isn't actually a big deal and I'm probably just overreacting because of my period. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, as I like to say.
That's literally the first time I've ever had to say that.
Now for the really fun bit, which is the actual period. So it feels a little bit like you've kind of done a tiny wee, just a little wee.
Just a really tiny one, because at the beginning your period does do you a little favour usually of, you know, giving you a shot across the bowels first.
Yeah.
So there's a little, hello, I'm coming, and it gives you like a couple of hours before it goes whoo.
Yeah, or quite often it's when you go to the loo.
Oh yeah.
And you go, hello. You can physically feel it coming out of you.
Yeah. But it's moist.
And you sort of go, and you do this weird little,
I think my period started.
I've just felt something. Leave me. It's just little drips. And you'll feel it more like if you stand up, or you might get a sort of a gush if you sneeze or cough.
This is during the main bit of it, not right at the beginning.
Yeah, not your first.
So this is already when you're already wearing a sanitary towel or a tampon. Yeah. Or both.
But if you're wearing a tampon, you won't feel it leave you.
No,
unless
it's too late and you should have changed it.
Yeah.
And then it feels kind of bubbly. We have got a video about tampons so that you can work out how to put them in, because it is an art.
It is, yeah. But once you've got the knack,
it's like riding a bike.
It's fine. Easier than riding a bike, one would argue.
Definitely, just find the right angle.
Yeah.
Back, not up.
Hopefully you won't fall over and break your leg either.
That would be.
I mean, you've got the wrong angle if you're doing that.
How would you describe that to the paramedic?
If your flow is very heavy, so lots of blood, then tampons could be the way forward, because a sanitary towel will catch it, but you've got to bear in mind that it will take a little bit of time for it to absorb. So if it's a big tsunami, then it might take a bit longer and it might spill over the edges. Whereas if you're wearing a tampon, that won't happen. It will just soak it up at the
source.
At the source. Delicious sauce. And you can also wear a pad as well for any seepage, because sometimes it just sort of, I don't know, it's weird, like finds its own little way out.
Like
it misses
a fun little gap.
Yeah.
For all that the tampon adverts say they fit your body shape.
Yeah.
There's always little.
Because sometimes there's a bit, I don't know, that you miss when you put, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. And sometimes it goes down the string as well.
Oh, it does, yeah. Behind us, as we speak, hopefully, you'll begin to see the period rainbow.
Appear.
Where you will see the colours that one can get, and there'll be others as well, but you know, it's just an example.
Yeah, just a visual
it's a
representation.
Visual. So it goes, I don't know where it's going to be, say here-ish. It goes from beginning of period roughly through to end. But anyway, everyone's
lighter colour at the beginning, darker brown at the end.
So period blood is not like when you cut your finger. It's not all sort of runny. It is quite thick. It's got lumps in it. It's got stringy bits in it.
Gloopy.
Gloopy. It can have clots in it.
Ugh.
Because it's not blood. It's not blood from around your body. It's the lining of your uterus. And so it is basically bits of flesh, really, bits of your body that are breaking up and coming out.
So, on average, a period will last 3 to 5 days of actual bleeding.
Mm-hmm. But obviously, it's an average, can be more, can be less.
You know about averages.
Yeah.
But your cycle lasts, on average, 28 days.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that your body is always working away at essentially trying to get you pregnant, which, you know, no. But it's always working away at this period. It happens, it's why it's called a cycle.
Yeah,
it's a circle, it keeps
thing.
going. So because it is doing this cycle, you will start to notice patterns in your behaviour. So like when you have your mood swings, when you get spots.
You didn't talk about spots. It's nothing.
Spots on the here. This is your hormonal area. So yeah, you can make notes of it, and then you won't be so shocked when it all happens.
Yeah.
Or equally, just play it by ear.
But overall, I mean, oh my god, it's just so fun. So any questions that you have about periods, then please either leave a comment or contact us in the details that are in the box below. And we have got loads of videos about periods. So look at our playlist, why don't you?
You are now ready to deal with anything that your period throws at you.
Do not throw your period.
Do not throw your period.